Okay, so it looked like the rider in this video crashed because he locked up his rear brake and that back end fishtailed and he hit the ground pretty hard. Looked like there was some dampness on the road. So the easiest way to avoid this scenario overall is to go a little bit slower, but also to consider braking modulation. I think that the rear brake, if you're counting on your rear brake to be your primary braking tool, is not the best strategy to begin with. I'm much more of a fan of 80% front, 20% rear. And I know a lot of people are scared of that front brake and going over the front of the handlebars, but that front brake is really what's going to slow you down and give you the most stopping power. And what you'll find is if you set up for your corners early enough, you can really modulate that front brake and really pull that rear brake just to add some stability to the braking. It's more of a stability tool than it is a tool that's really going to provide a lot more stopping power. And that'll allow you to control your speeds better at all times going into the corner and also through the corner, because you can kind of modulate that front brake and execute a technique called trail braking through the corner, releasing it through the apex, and actually use some corners, a lot of corners, to take speed as opposed to, losing speed. So this is a tough situation. I see a lot of athletes struggling with is, locking up that rear end, sliding out and crashing. And, crashing is sometimes unavoidable, but there are definitely, steps we can take to set ourselves up for a more successful downhill strategy, which will typically yield better outcomes for most athletes. And don't forget to follow for all the latest cycling tips and tricks.